Subscribe to Diazonic Labs and click on bell icon to get latest updates. Welcome back people, this is Azib from Diazonic Labs. We'll continue our USB tutorial from the previous section. So in the previous section we had learned about the different connectors of USB and other things. In this tutorials we'll learn about the different types and their corresponding characteristics. USB, as we know, stands for Universal Serial Bus. So let's proceed. So we'll classify the USB based on various aspects. We can classify the USB based on the shape, based on the size, and based on the speed. Based on shape, we can classify it into type A, type B, and type C. Based on size, it can be standard USB, a mini USB, or a micro USB. And based on speeds, it can be classified into USB 1.0, 2.0, 3.2 Gen 1, which was previously known as 3.0, or rather renamed it as USB 3.1 Gen 1. Then comes USB 3.2 Gen 2, which was previously known as USB 3.1 Gen 2. And we have USB 3.2 Gen 2x2, which was previously known as USB 3.2. And the latest version, USB 4.0, which is not very widespread though. So these are based on the generations, the USB based on speeds. Let's go a little detailed about the different types. Okay, so this will be the few aspects which we'll be discussing: the common name, the year when it was published, the marketing term, the technical name, its previous names, its transfer speeds, and the connectors. Right, so USB 1.0, which was the initial USB, it was published in the year 1996. Its marketing term was USB, the technical name was USB 1.0. Its transfer speed was 12 megabits per second. Not very fast. Yeah. So it was called a certified USB. And if you see the connectors, which I had explained in detail in the previous tutorials, it has a type A, type B, mini A, mini B, micro A, and micro B. The next module was USB 2.0, second generation USB. This was published in 2001. This was called as high speed USB. If you see the logo of it, it says certified high speed USB. So its technical name is USB 2.0. The transfer speed of this is 48 megabits per second. And the connectors remained the same. All the connectors were exactly the same, just that the transfer speed was increased. The third generation USB was USB 3.0, which is called as super speed USB. So the technical name given to it as of now, it is called as USB 3.2 Gen 1. It was previously also named as 3.1 Gen 1, and the transfer speed of this is 5 gigabits per second. The connectors were changed to increase the speed, and for the devices to get the maximum speed, there were extra bits of connectors added. Previously, where it was four pins, here there were 9 pins. So similarly, the Type B USB had 5 extra pins, and the mini B and micro B. Micro B connector was changed completely. There were extra bits added. The next generation is USB 3.1, which is called as Super Speed Plus USB. Okay, so the technical name of this is USB 3.2 Gen 2. It was previously known as 3.1 Gen 2, and the transfer speed of this is 10 Gbps. So it is double the transfer speed of the previous one. So yeah, certified Super Speed Plus USB. Okay. So in this, the major difference was the Type B, Mini B, and Micro B connectors were totally eliminated, and they were replaced with a new standard called as Type C. Type C is a groundbreaking standard which has been replacing all the other USB connectors. The latest version, which is commonly in use now on all the laptops, is USB 3.2. This was published in 2017. This is called as Super Speed Plus Plus USB. The technical name for this is USB 3.2 Gen 2x2. The transfer speed of this is 20 Gbps. So what they did was, in the previous version, where it's 3.1, there was one lane of USB, there was another lane, hence the name Gen 2.2. So there was an extra lane which was added. Hence the speed doubled from 10 to 20. Okay, and this connector replaced all the other connectors. Even Type A was eliminated, and all the devices are connected using Type-C. So if you see on the modern laptops, only connector which you can see is the Type-C connector. Okay, the latest connector, the latest standard which is going to be released, it's already published as a standard, but it's not as of now seen on common everyday devices. So that's USB 4. Okay, the transfer speed of this is expected to be 40 Gbps. They have not announced the marketing term for this. I'm sure they'll come up with a new fancy name, or maybe they will not. But yeah, we'll wait for it. So when this is released, the speed is going to be gigantic. So it's like massive, enormous speed. 20 Gbps was fast enough. 40 Gbps will gonna be skyrocketing. Okay, the connector which it uses will also be Type-C, but this will have an Thunderbolt interface inbuilt onto it. If you see the symbol in the bottom right corner, so the symbol here, which shows of a lightning, it's the Thunderbolt symbol. All right, moving on. So these are the different USB connector shapes of how they look like. On the left side is the USB plug, and the right side is the USB port. Okay, the plugs are listed here. So this is how a cable end would look like, and this is how the ports on the computer or on a devices would look like. Regarding the compatibility of the connectors, so not all connectors are reversible unless of course you use an adapter to convert it between the connectors. So for example, so the plugs are listed here on the horizontal axis, and the receptacle or the ports on the system are listed here. Okay, so for example, USB Type A plug fits into the USB Type A receptacle and also fits into the USB 3.0 Type A receptacle, but it will not support the super speed, obviously, because the device will not have the ability to transfer super speed. So it will be on the speed of USB Type A, that's the older version. It don't have the super speed of 3.0. Similarly, a USB 3.0 plug will fit into a USB Type A of the older version, that's 2.0, but it will only support the normal speed, not the super speed. Okay. USB Type B will fit into USB Type B. It will also fit into USB Type B of 3.0 version, but it will not support the super speed. If you see at the interface, it will support it. But the USB Type B 3.0 plug will not fit into the USB Type B because obviously the extra pins will not be accommodated. The physical connection itself is different. And these connectors will not go into any of the other connectors. So if you can see by the shape, this is the compatibility list of all the connectors. All right. So I hope this was fun. In the future tutorials, we'll learn about few other devices and few other interfaces. Keep watching. Thank you. Please do like this video and share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tutorials.